Captain Sunwoo stood on the bridge of the UES Dauntless, his eyes fixed on the main screen. The ship was on a regular patrol at the edge of our solar system. The year was 2150, and humans had spread to Mars and the asteroids. "Captain, we found something," said Officer Minji. Her voice was tense. "Unknown ship coming our way. It's big." Sunwoo walked to her station. The screen showed a strange shape. It was 3 times bigger than the Dauntless. It did not match any human ship design. "Try to talk to them," Sunwoo ordered. "All channels." The bridge crew worked fast. Sunwoo kept his face calm, but his heart beat faster. This was it. First contact. After all these years of looking at the stars, someone had found us. "No answer, sir," said Communications Officer Taiyo. "Wait, something's coming through." The main screen changed. A blue-skinned being appeared. It had 4 eyes and no hair. When it spoke, the computer translated. "Humans of Earth, we are the Tyrixian Imperium. Your world is now ours. Surrender now or be destroyed." The bridge fell silent. Sunwoo stepped forward. "This is Captain Sunwoo Kim of the United Earth ship Dauntless. We wish to talk in peace. Earth has no quarrel with you." The alien made a sound like laughter. "Peace is for the strong. You will submit or die." The screen went black. "They've locked weapons on us," shouted Officer Hyun. "Shields up. Evasive action." Sunwoo called out. The Dauntless shook as the first hit struck. Alarms blared. Crew members held on to their stations. "Return fire," Sunwoo ordered. "Target their weapons." The Dauntless was just a patrol ship, not a warship. But its crew was well trained. The ship turned sharply and fired its lasers. To everyone's surprise, the alien ship's shields flickered. "Direct hit," Hyun called out. "Their shields are weaker than we thought." The alien ship fired again. This time, the hit was worse. The bridge lights dimmed. "Engine damage, Captain," said Officer Dohyun. "We can't take another hit like that." Sunwoo made a quick choice. "Send all our data to Earth Command. Then jump to emergency coordinates." "But sir, that's retreat," Minji said. "It's survival," Sunwoo answered. "Earth needs to know what's coming." The Dauntless turned and sped away. The alien ship followed but couldn't match the human ship's sudden burst of speed. In a flash of light, the Dauntless jumped to safety. On Earth, Defense Minister Joo Park walked into the emergency meeting room. Leaders from all Earth nations waited for her news. Their faces showed fear. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "1 hour ago, the UES Dauntless met an alien ship. The aliens call themselves the Tyrixian Imperium. They demanded our surrender, then attacked without real talks." She played the recording from the Dauntless. The room was silent as they watched. The Dauntless managed to damage the alien ship before escaping. Joo continued, "This tells us something important. These aliens may be advanced, but they can be hurt." A general spoke up. "Minister Park, our long-range scans show more ships entering our system. At least 20. They'll reach Earth in 3 days." Joo nodded. "Then we have 3 days to prepare. Captain Sunwoo's data shows some weak points in their shields. We need to get ready for war." "War?" asked the President of the African Union. "Can we not talk to them?" "They don't want to talk," Joo said. "They want to conquer. We must fight or lose everything. And we will fight." As the meeting continued, in space, the Tyrixian fleet moved closer to Earth. Their commander felt sure of an easy win. Humans were primitive. The war would be short. He had no idea how wrong he was. 3 days after first contact, the Tyrixian ships reached Earth. 20 large warships surrounded the planet. They fired on Earth's space stations without warning. The stations broke apart like toys. "They're hitting all orbital defenses at once," said Officer Hyun in Earth's Defense Command. Screens showed red dots where stations had been. Defense Minister Joo looked at the main screen. "What about Mars colony?" Under attack too, said General Tayo. New Seoul is holding, but barely. Juwoo stood tall. We knew this was coming. Start Plan Iron Shield. On Mars, Commander Do-yeon watched as 5 alien ships fired on the dome of New Seoul. The colony's shields were failing. Shields at 20%, a young officer called out. Do-yeon made a quick choice. Turn off the North Sector shields. Put all power to the south. But sir, the North will be open to attack. That's what I want them to think, said Do-yeon. The aliens saw the North shield go down. 2 ships moved in for the kill. Just as they got close, Do-yeon gave a new order. Fire all North guns now. The hidden guns around the North Sector fired at once. The aliens, thinking that area was defenseless, had lowered their own shields. The shots hit them directly. 1 ship exploded. The other spun away, damaged. It worked, shouted a young soldier. Do-yeon didn't smile. They'll learn from this. Get ready for the next wave. Back on Earth, young engineer Hyun Lee walked into the meeting room. Leaders from all space companies were there. We have a problem, she said. Our warships are too few. The aliens have too many. We know this, said a company boss. What can we do? Hyun placed a small model on the table. It was a mining ship, but with strange new parts. Mining ships have strong hulls to survive in the asteroid belt, she said. With some changes, they can be warships. How? Asked another boss. They have no weapons. Hyun pointed to the model. Asteroid mining drills can cut through rock. They can cut through alien ships too. And the magnets we use to collect metal can mess up their ship systems. The room went quiet as people thought about this. How fast can we change the ships? Asked Minister Juwoo, who had just entered. 3 days for the first one, said Hyun. Then faster for the rest. Do it, ordered Juwoo. On Earth, things were bad. The aliens had landed troops in major cities. They were tall, strong, and had better guns. But they didn't know about human ways of fighting. Minji Kang had been a history teacher before the war. Now she led 30 people hiding in the ruins of Seoul. They watched as alien soldiers marched down the street. They always walk in straight lines, she whispered to her group. They think the same way too. She pointed to a building ahead. Sungo, when they reached the red car, dropped the net. The aliens marched in perfect order. When they reached the car, Sungo cut a rope. A huge fishing net, filled with metal junk, fell on them. Their neat line broke into chaos. Now, shouted Minji. Her group fired old hunting rifles from all sides. The aliens, trained to fight in open spaces, couldn't respond well. In 10 minutes, it was over. Minji's group had won. They collected the alien weapons. These will help, said Sungo. Minji nodded. They think we are weak because we're not like them. That's why they'll lose. Across Earth and Mars, the pattern was the same. The aliens had better technology and more ships. But humans fought in ways the aliens couldn't understand. In space, the Tyrixian commander called his leaders. The humans fight. Strangely, he said. They don't follow proper battle rules. They are savages, said his leader. Crush them quickly. The commander looked at reports of lost ships and troops. He wasn't so sure it would be quick anymore. The invasion had begun, but it wasn't going as planned. Dr. Joyoung walked into the small room. Inside sat a blue-skinned alien with 4 eyes. This was Krex, a Tyrixian soldier captured during a battle in Seoul. His hands were bound, but he sat straight and proud. Hello, Krex, said Dr. Joyoung. I am here to talk with you. The alien looked at her with all 4 eyes. I will tell you nothing, human. Joyoung placed a tablet on the table. I don't need military secrets. I want to know about your people. For 2 weeks, Joyoung talked with Krex. At first, he said little, but soon he began to talk more. He was proud of the Tyrixian Empire and wanted the human to know of its power. We have conquered 23 worlds, Krex said one day. All serve the Empire now. Did any fight back? Asked Jiyoung. Krex made a sound like laughter. They tried. All failed quickly. Why did they fail? They were weak. They surrendered when we showed our power. Jiyoung made notes. But we haven't surrendered. Krex's 4 eyes blinked in different patterns. You fight. Wrong. Not like proper warriors. You hide. You trick. You don't follow battle rules. This was important. Jiyoung took her notes to Minister Juwu. The Tarixians have rigid ways of thinking, Jiyoung explained. They expect enemies to fight in certain ways. When we don't, it confuses them. Minister Juwu nodded. Can we use this? Yes, said Jiyoung. They also hate looking weak to their leaders. Their ships always report success, even when they fail. Juwu smiled. That is very useful. In a hidden lab under the mountains, Engineer Hyun and physicist Teo worked on a captured alien gun. Their power source is amazing, said Teo. But look at how they built it. He pointed to the inside parts. Hyun nodded. It's perfect. Too perfect. Every part is exactly the same as the others we've seen. No changes, no improvements, said Teo. They build things one way and keep building them that way. Hyun picked up the gun. We can make this better. For days, they took apart alien technology. They learned how it worked, then found ways to improve it. They made new weapons that combined human ideas with alien tech. Minister Juwu came to see their work. Hyun showed her a new shield system. It's smaller than theirs but stronger, Hyun said. We used their power source but changed how the shield forms. How soon can we put this on our ships? Asked Juwu. 2 weeks for the first tests, said Taho. Juwu nodded. Good. We're planning something big. Admiral Kyungo looked at the battle maps. 6 star systems were marked with red dots. Each had Tarixian supply bases. Their ships follow the same routes every time, he said to his officers. They never change course. Captain Sunwoo, now recovered from the first battle, pointed to one system. This base is lightly guarded. They don't expect attacks so far from Earth. They think we can't reach them, said Admiral Kyungo. But Engineer Hyun's new drives can get us there. He stood tall and looked at his team. The Tarixians have a strict chain of command. Orders only come from the top. If we cut off their supplies and communications, their ships won't know what to do. When do we attack? Asked Sunwoo. 1 month from today, said Kyungho. We'll hit all 6 bases at once. Captain Sunwoo, you'll lead the attack on the main base. The officers nodded. This would be humanity's first big move against the aliens. In his cell, Krex felt worried. The humans asked strange questions. They thought in ways his people didn't, and they kept fighting when they should have given up. For the first time, he wondered if the Empire had made a mistake attacking this world. The humans were learning, adapting, and planning. The real war was about to begin. 6 months after the war began, Earth was ready to fight back. Operation Phoenix would start today. Captain Sunwoo stood on the bridge of his new ship, the UES Vengeance. It used to be a mining ship. Now it was a warship. 20 more ships like it waited nearby, hidden behind a small moon. All ships report ready, Captain, said Officer Minji. Sunwoo nodded. Begin Operation Phoenix. The human fleet moved toward the Tarixian supply base. The base had only 3 guard ships. The Tarixians never expected humans to reach this far into space. They see us, said Taho from his station. They're sending a message to their command. Sunwoo smiled. Yunji. Now. In a small room deep in the ship, hacker Yunji sat with her computers. She had studied Tarixian signals for months. Now she sent a fake message. Signal sent, she reported. It says, false alarm, no human ships here. On the Tarixian base, the guards relaxed. Their screens showed human ships, but their command said it was a mistake. They went back to their normal duties. Then the human ships attacked. Hit their communication tower first, ordered Sunwoo. The Vengeance fired its main gun. The tower exploded. The base couldn't call for help now. All ships, attack pattern Delta, said Sunwoo. The human fleet split into 3 groups. They attacked from different directions at once. The Tyrixians tried to form a defense line, but the humans didn't fight in a line. They moved around, hit quickly, then moved again. Their shields are down, reported Officer Hyun. The mining drills are working. The converted mining ships used their drills to cut through Tyrixian shields. Metal parts from the ships floated in space. In 2 hours, it was over. The human fleet had destroyed the supply base and all its guard ships. They lost only 2 ships of their own. Load the captured supplies, ordered Sunwoo. Then set course for home. As they flew away, Sunwoo looked at the destroyed base on his screen. This is just the beginning, he said quietly. At the same time, 5 other human fleets attacked 5 other Tyrixian bases. All reported success. In the war room on Earth, Minister Juwoo received the news. All targets destroyed, said Admiral Kyung-go. The Tyrixians lost 6 supply bases and 32 ships. Juwoo nodded. And Mars colony. Admiral Kyung-go pointed to another screen. Commander Do-hyun reports success there too. On Mars, Commander Do-hyun led a special team into a crashed Tyrixian ship. They wore spacesuits and carried new weapons based on Tyrixian technology. Move fast, ordered Do-hyun. Get to the main computer before they can destroy it. The team fought through the ship. The Tyrixians fought hard, but the humans used the ship's small spaces to their advantage. Tyrixians were bigger and couldn't move as well in tight spots. Main computer room ahead, said a soldier named Shono. Cover me, said Do-hyun. He ran to the door while his team fired at the Tyrixians. Inside the room, 3 Tyrixians worked fast to destroy their computer. Do-hyun fired his new gun. It shot blue energy that froze the Tyrixians in place. Get the data, Do-hyun ordered. Tech specialist Suho moved to the computer. Downloading now, said Suho. This has everything. Maps of their territory, fleet positions, even their homeworld location. When they left the ship, Do-hyun reported to Earth. Mission complete. We have their data. In the Tyrixian command ship far from Earth, the High Commander received reports of the attacks. 6 bases lost in 1 day. The humans had ships that could reach deep into Tyrixian space. How is this possible? He asked his officers. They are a primitive species. No one had an answer. The Supreme Leader demands results, said the High Commander. Send more ships to crush these humans. But for the first time, there was fear in his voice. These humans were not like other species they had conquered. These humans fought back in ways they had never seen before. The war was changing, and not in the way the Tyrixians had planned. 1 year after the war began, Earth had changed. People who once made cars now made spaceships. Teachers became soldiers. Everyone worked together to survive. In her lab, Engineer Hyun stood before a new ship shield. It glowed with blue light. Physicist Tao checked the power readings. It's stable, he said with a smile. The shield is 3 times stronger than the Tyrixian shields, but uses half the power. Hyun touched the shield. Her hand didn't go through. We mixed their power source with our ideas. They never thought to do this. Minister Juwoo walked into the lab with Admiral Kyung-go. They watched the shield test. Can we put this on all our ships? Asked the Admiral. Hyun nodded. Yes. We've made the process simple. Any shipyard can add it. Good, said Juwoo, because we're building more ships now. She showed them pictures of shipyards around Earth. Hundreds of ships were being built. Many were old cargo ships or mining vessels changed for war. Next month, we take back our solar system, said Admiral Kyung-go. Dr. Jo-young sat across from Krex. The Tyrixian prisoner had lost some of his pride over the past year. Your people are losing, she said simply. Krex looked down. The High Command won't admit it. They keep sending ships. They keep losing ships. Why do they keep fighting? Asked Zhu. To stop fighting is to fail. Failure means death for commanders. Dr. Zhu wrote this down. What scares Tyrixian soldiers the most? Krex looked surprised at the question. Disorder. Chaos. We are taught to follow orders perfectly. When things don't go as planned. His voice trailed off. Zhu smiled. This was very useful information. Later, she met with military leaders. The Tyrixians fear the unexpected, she explained. They break down when things don't follow their plans. So we should be unpredictable, said Major Seojin. He led special forces teams behind enemy lines. Exactly, said Zhu. And there's more. Their leaders never admit defeat. They keep fighting even when they should retreat. This gave Earth's military new ideas for fighting the aliens. Major Seojin led his team into a Tyrixian space station. They wore special suits that hid them from Tyrixian sensors. Remember, we need the star maps, he told his team. Get them and get out. The team moved silently through the station. When they reached the main room, they found what they needed. A large computer held maps of all Tyrixian territory. Downloading now, said Tech Officer Minna. This has the location of their home world. Suddenly, alarms sounded. We've been spotted, said Seojin. Plan B. The team split up. They ran in different directions, placing small devices on walls as they went. Tyrixian soldiers chased them, but didn't know which humans to follow. When the devices activated, they made false human signals appear all over the station. The Tyrixians ran in circles, confused by the many signals. Seojin's team reached their ship and escaped. They'd brought back the most important information yet, maps showing the way to the Tyrixian homeworld. In the grand meeting hall on Earth, leaders from all countries gathered. Minister Zhu stood before them. 1 year ago, we faced destruction, she said. Today, we push the Tyrixians back. Tomorrow, we take the fight to their worlds. She showed them the star maps. We now know where they come from. We know their supply routes. We know their weaknesses. The room was silent as she continued. They started this war thinking we were weak. They now know we are strong. But we need to be united to win. The world leaders voted. For the first time in human history, Earth would have one government and one military, just for this war. In space, the Tyrixian ships began to pull back from Earth's solar system. Their commanders had new orders: regroup and prepare for a bigger attack. But the High Commander worried. Reports showed humans weren't just defending anymore. They were attacking Tyrixian bases. They were learning Tyrixian technology and making it better. These humans, he said to his officers, are unlike any species we have faced. We must crush them before they become stronger. Little did he know, it was already too late. Captain Minji stood on the bridge of the UES Freedom. Once a teacher, now she commanded one of Earth's newest warships. Her ship led a fleet of 30 vessels beyond the solar system. We're entering the Proxima system, said Navigator Jinho. Scans show a Tyrixian base on the third planet. Minji looked at the screen. Any other ships? Just one large transport ship, said Officer Yunji. And, wait, I'm picking up other life signs on the planet. Not Tyrixian. Minji straightened. Another alien species. Yes, said Yunji. Thousands of them. The signals are coming from work camps around the base. Minji's face hardened. They have slaves. Prepare all ships for attack. We free those people today. The human fleet moved toward the planet. The Tyrixian transport ship tried to flee but was quickly disabled. The ground base fired defense weapons, but the new human shields held strong. All ships begin landing troops, ordered Minji. Target the guard towers first, then the main buildings. Human soldiers landed around the work camps. The Tyrixian guards fought back, but they were outnumbered. In 3 hours, the battle was over. The human forces had won. Minji walked through the largest camp. The aliens there were thin with 6 arms and gray skin. They looked at the humans with large, scared eyes. A translator helped Minji talk to their leader, named Kelnar. "We are the Zentari," Kelnar explained. "The Tyrixians took our world 5 years ago. They make us mine metals for their ships." "You're free now," said Minji. "We fight the Tyrixians too." Kelnar's eyes widened. "You fight them, and you're winning." Minji nodded. "We can help you go home, or you can join us." Kelnar stood straighter. "Many of us will fight with you. The Tyrixians must be stopped." For the first time, humans had allies in space. On a space station far from Earth, Ambassador Juno entered the Great Hall of the Galactic Council. 12 alien species had seats there. Each watched the human with curious eyes. "Greetings," said Junho with a bow. "I come from Earth." The council leader, a tall being with crystal skin, spoke. "We know of Earth. The Tyrixians claim you attacked their ships without cause." Junho placed a data device on the center table. "These records show the truth. The Tyrixians demanded our surrender, then attacked when we asked for peace." The council members watched the recordings from Earth's first contact with the Tyrixians. They saw the Tyrixian ship fire first. "We have also found this," said Juno. He showed videos of the slave camps. "The Tyrixians have taken many worlds. They force other species to work for them." The council room filled with angry voices. Many members had heard stories about missing ships and lost colonies. "The Tyrixians told us they were peacekeepers," said one member. "They lied." "Earth asks for the council's help," said Juno. "The Tyrixians must be stopped before they take more worlds." The council leader nodded slowly. "We will investigate these claims. If true, the Tyrixians will answer for their crimes." It was a small victory, but important. Earth was no longer alone. The Tyrixian ambassador stormed into the High Command Center. "The humans have gone to the Galactic Council," he shouted. "They show videos of our work camps and claim we attacked them first." The High Commander slammed his fist down. "Those camps are legal. Those species surrendered to us." "The Council doesn't see it that way," said the ambassador. "And now the humans free our camps and turn our workers against us." For the first time, real fear showed on the High Commander's face. The humans weren't just defending their world now. They were taking the fight across the galaxy. They were showing other species how to resist. "We must strike Earth directly," he decided. "Gather all our forces. We will end this human problem once and for all." But deep inside, he worried it might be too late. The humans had changed the game. What started as a simple conquest had become the biggest threat the Tyrixian Empire had ever faced. Admiral Kyungo received the urgent message at 3 a.m. Tyrixian fleet approaching. Over 500 ships, ETA 6 hours. He rushed to the command center. Minister Juwu and other leaders were already there. "They've gathered almost their entire fleet," said Juwu, pointing to the screen. A mass of red dots moved toward Earth. Kyunho nodded. "They're desperate. This is their last big push." "Can we stop them?" asked the world president. "We must," said Kyunho. "All ships, all weapons, everything we have." Earth sent out the call. Every ship that could fly, every weapon that could fire. In 5 hours, 300 human ships gathered in the outer solar system. Some were warships. Some were converted cargo ships. All were ready to fight. Admiral Kyungo spoke to all ships. "Today we fight for Earth, for Mars, for our entire solar system." The Tyrixians thought we would be easy to conquer. Today they learned their final lesson. Captain Sunwoo commanded the left flank. Captain Minji led the right. Commander Doyun led a special strike team in a small, fast ship. "The Tyrixian fleet is entering the system," reported Officer Teo. Admiral Kyungho gave the order, "Begin Operation Hammer." The human fleet split into 5 groups. They didn't form a line as the Tyrixians expected. Instead, they moved like a swarm of bees, coming from all directions. The Tyrixian ships tried to form their usual battle lines, but the human ships moved too fast, hitting then moving away. Engineer Hyun's new shields worked perfectly. The human ships could take hits that would have destroyed them before. On his flagship, the Tyrixian Supreme Commander watched in anger. They are not fighting properly. Form the defense square. His ships tried to obey, but the humans seemed to know their plans. When the Tyrixians moved one way, the humans were already attacking from another. "Sir," said a Tyrixian officer, "our communication systems are being disrupted." Hacker Yunji and her team had broken into the Tyrixian battle network. They sent false orders to enemy ships, causing confusion. The battle spread across the solar system. Near Jupiter, Captain Sunwoo led his ships in a bold attack. They flew close to the planet, using its gravity to sling themselves at high speed toward the enemy. The Tyrixians couldn't track them fast enough. "All ships, fire main weapons," ordered Sunwoo. 50 human ships fired at once. 20 Tyrixian ships exploded. Near Mars, Captain Minji saw a group of Tyrixian ships heading toward the colony. "Protect New Seoul," she ordered. Her ships formed a shield around the colony. The battle there was fierce, but the humans held their ground. Meanwhile, Commander Do-yeon's small ship slipped through the chaos of battle. They had one target, the Tyrixian flagship. "Stealth systems working," said Tech Officer Suho. "They don't see us." Do-yeon's ship attached to the huge Tyrixian flagship. His team cut through the hull and entered. "Move fast," ordered Do-yeon. "Find the Supreme Commander." Fighting through the ship was hard, but the Tyrixians were focused on the big battle outside. Do-yeon's team reached the command center and broke in. The Supreme Commander turned in shock. "Humans, here." "Surrender," said Do-yeon, pointing his weapon. The Supreme Commander reached for his gun. Do-yeon fired first. The commander fell. Do-yeon spoke into his radio. "Flag is down. I repeat, flag is down." Across the battlefield, the Tyrixian ships lost direction when their Supreme Commander's signal stopped. Some kept fighting. Others began to retreat. Admiral Kyungo saw his chance. "All ships, final attack pattern. End this now." The human fleet pressed forward from all sides. Without central command, the Tyrixian fleet fell apart. Ship by ship, they retreated or surrendered. After 18 hours of battle, it was over. Humanity had won. 2 years after the war began, the Tyrixian Empire formally surrendered. The signing took place on Earth, in the new global capital. Ambassador Junho stood tall as the Tyrixian representative signed the peace treaty. Minister Juwoo and Admiral Kyungo watched from nearby. It was a historic moment. The Tyrixian Empire agrees to stop all hostile actions against Earth and its allies. Read the treaty. All captured worlds will be freed. War damage will be paid for. When the signing was done, Minister Juwoo spoke to the world. "Today marks the end of the first interstellar war in human history. We did not start this war, but we have finished it." Crowds cheered in cities across Earth and Mars. Ships in orbit flashed their lights in celebration. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and survived. Captain Minji walked through the Zentari homeworld. The gray-skinned aliens were rebuilding their cities after 5 years of Tyrixian rule. Beside her walked Krex, the Tyrixian prisoner who had helped humans understand his people. "Your world is beautiful," said Krex. He looked different now, less proud, more thoughtful. "It is," said Minji, "and free again, thanks to Earth." All across the galaxy, worlds once ruled by the Tyrixians were rebuilding. Earth ships helped deliver supplies and technology. Human doctors treated the sick. Human engineers helped rebuild power systems. Minji looked at Krex. "What will you do now? The war is over." "I will help fix what my people broke," said Krex. "It is the right thing to do." Minji nodded. Even former enemies could change. In the Grand Hall of the Galactic Council, Ambassador Junho took his seat. Earth now had a permanent place among the stars. "We welcome Earth to the Council," said the leader. "Your people have shown great courage and wisdom." Shunho nodded. "Earth is honored to join. We have much to learn and much to share." The Council had changed too. Many worlds once afraid to speak against the Tyrixians now had voices. The balance of power had shifted. Earth was now seen as a protector of weaker worlds. After the meeting, an alien ambassador approached Shunho. "My people wish to trade with Earth," he said. "We have medicines. You have music and art." More and more species wanted to connect with Earth. Humans were no longer alone in the universe. Admiral Sunwoo stood on the bridge of the UES Discovery. It was Earth's largest ship yet, built for exploration, not war. "Course set for Centauri system," said Navigator Jinno. "This will be the farthest human journey yet." Sunwoo nodded. "Take us out. Steady speed." The massive ship moved away from Earth. Its mission was to establish the first human colony beyond the solar system. 2,000 people were on board, ready to start new lives. Engineer Hyun checked the ship's new drive system. "The engine is stable. We can reach Centauri in just 2 weeks." With Tyrixian technology added to human innovation, space travel was faster than ever before. The stars were now within reach. In her office, Minister Jiwoo looked at reports from across Earth. The planet had changed. Nations that once fought each other now worked together. The global government created for the war had stayed, bringing unity and peace. "Minister, there's a call for you," said her assistant. "The Filuri ambassador wants to discuss defense agreements." Jiwoo smiled. The Filuri were a peaceful species who had suffered under Tyrixian rule. Now they looked to Earth for protection. All across the galaxy, the story was told. The story of the species that broke the Tyrixian Empire, the humans who fought back when no one else could. No alien empire would ever again mistake humanity for an easy target. Earth had earned its place among the stars through courage, unity, and the unique human ability to adapt and overcome. As ships flew between worlds and diplomats forged new alliances, one truth became clear to all species in the galaxy. Starting a war against humanity was the biggest mistake the Tyrixians ever made. And humanity's greatest journey was just beginning.